welcome to Power Talk. Well, I'm your host, OG Chris Murray, man. We got a special episode, man. Special episode. Before I get into the details about this episode, man, I gotta bring in the co-host because we got an all-star lineup, man. First up, we got the Bus, the owner of them Chicago Bears. What's going on, Bus?
Pulling up, let's go.
All right, coming in next, man, we got Bruce, the owner of those New York Giants. Bruce, what's going on? What's going on?
Ain't nothing much. Glad to be here, man. Glad to talk about some teams. So let's get it.
All right. And then we got next up, we got Omatic, the owner of those Tampa Bay Bucks. Omatic, what's going on, man?
What up? What poppin'?
And last but not least, man, we got Mr. Bino himself, the owner of those Philadelphia Eagles. What's going on, Bino? Welcome to the show. All right, man. All right, so Oh, okay. All right, so let's talk about it, Bruce. You posted something in the chat. So let the people know what's going on.
All right, so a while back I posted basically 12 different Madden gameplay styles. We just decided to get together, the crew, and discuss who's what and break it down by division. So that's what we're gonna give it to them.
Now listen, y'all. Listen. Okay, this is for entertainment usage only. All right, so we don't need nobody getting in their feelings. Running into a DM crying. This is for DML entertainment use only. All right. We feel like it was a great topic. To bust up about, because it's throughout the cycle up to this point, there has been some chat about the way certain users play. So let's bring it to the table and let's discuss it. We have 12 different type of play styles. All right, we got number one, freestyler. In the basic, to get into the details of as far as a freestyler user, he comes out, has a game plan that puts him in great situations as far as in-game adjustments, and may also thrive on broken plays. Number two, clock management elite, is always aware of the clock and will game manage in order to give themselves an edge. Number three, route exploiter, find any annoying route that requires a specific adjustment to guard. Unfortunately for you, they probably have several counters that specifies adjustments. Number four, ground and pound. Of course, you already know a guy that just comes out and just gonna ground and pound every single play, no matter if it's third and long, they're just gonna run the rock. Number five, executor. They may not have created it, but give them the details in the blueprint, and believe me, they're gonna blow that shit on up. Number six, big plays. It doesn't even matter. They're not doing no check downs. Every single play, when they're coming out on that field, they're looking for 40 or plus yards, taking it to the house. Number seven, anti-meta. Bunch, trips, nope. You haven't played against this offense that much, so you'll have to figure out a defense how to shut them down. Number eight, coach suggestions. We already know this, guys. People that just come out, just go write the coach suggestions and just run whatever the coach says. Number nine, scum artists. High on glitchy plays. They just them guys that just like to play with them glitchy plays. Number 10, copycat. One of the guys that sits in the chat, watch how other people play. If it works, they copy it and just add it to the offense. They don't care who came up with it. They just straight copycat it. Number 9, surgeon. They don't miss a read. Has an offense adjustment for any defense that you bring out there. And number 12, Mr. Find a Way. No matter if they're down by 21, no matter if they're down by 10. These guys come out every single game and just figure out how to find a way to get away with the W. So with that being said, first division we're going to break down is the NFC East. Okay, I'm going to give y'all a list of the users in that division, because two of the guys is actually on the show, so that's great. We have Vitamin, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys. We have Under 2 Rated, the owner of the Washington and New Name Commanders. We have Bino, the owner of the Philadelphia Eagles, and we have Bruce, the owner of those New York Giants. Alright, so first up, Mr. Vitamin, the owner of those Dallas Cowboys, and us in the chat decided to label the play style of Vitamin Executor. Now, who want to have a crack at it first? Division mate, KP, Matt, who want to have a crack at why we decided on why Vitamin game style adds up to Executor?
Shit, Robert. I'll go at it.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's go, man. Come on,
I'll
man.
Go
Let's go.
All right, so let's look at Vitamin, man. And I'm the game he played last night versus you kind of solidifies why I think he's an executor.
Okay.
He came in, He probably watched some film, and he executed some great running plays to kind of keep you off the field. But you guys kind of went back and forth. You know what I'm saying? As far as scoring points, but Vitamin, I think he comes in with a game plan and he executes. One game he gonna pass. If he sees he can pass on you, he's gonna pass. If he sees he's gonna run on you, he's gonna run. I think what he was trying to do versus you the other day was run the ball and kind of keep you off the field. But you scored so quick. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he was able to execute on defense. The offense he executed on offense, but defense we might have to give him another category. I don't know, but that's my opinion of his play style in the DML since we've known him, man. You know that's just me. And now anybody else can chime in.
Yeah, I'm go ahead, Bruce. Go ahead. That's your division mate. I'm definitely see what you want to say.
Yeah. I just wanted to piggyback off of what Bus was saying. Honestly, I've definitely given him Executor, man, because I've been playing against Vitamin a lot this cycle. He swept me for the first time last season in the regular season. I got him back in the playoffs, but each time when I played against him, we just had a game plan, man. He just executed it. And whether it's, I think sometimes he might do stuff just to frustrate me. So in those two games, he was just checking down, run, not really ever pushing the ball down the field, but he was just doing just enough to stay up. And you got to give a lot of respect to somebody like that, because just because you get frustrated doesn't mean the other person, should do something to help you out. They got to execute, and he's been doing that, and I give it to him. That game against you last night, though, OG, that was a good game. It was a really good game.
For sure, because I'm, just to chime in. I came out with the mentality of how I played him. I believe not last season, but the season before last, when he was in the playoffs, and it was just him coming out, trying to push the ball down the field. So that was my mindset entering this game. Didn't watch no film, just went off of a previous matchup, and believe me, he came out and he had me against the ropes for a little minute, but I had to make some in-game adjustments. But that definitely, like I just said, falls into the category of an executor. He's going to come out and he's going to play to the strength of whatever you giving him. Whether it's ground and pounding, you dropping back in coverage, giving up that run game, or whether you sitting there stacking the box. And it was definitely a great game plan, but it just, like Bus just said, it just tipped in his favor that he forgot to execute on the defense side of the ball. But definitely executor. I feel like this is definitely a great label for Vitamin, the way that he play. Omatic and Bino, you got any input?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely the check down king. You know what I'm saying? He's really just checking it down to Zeke, who's his leading receiver. Schultz is the only one that he's going to, target maybe on those corner routes or fades or something like that. But you look at his rookie receiver this year, 14 catches from buck 14. That's drag city. That's check down central. He's doing what he do. But definitely executing that game plan, taking advantage of that. It is what it is.
Okay. Yeah, I had to concur, man. I mean, I think there's levels to this, right? To me, executor is like a dumbed down version of surgeon, right? And I'm glad we gave him executor, because he did execute yesterday. And when you look at the stats, he had a great game plan right against you. And it's not what we used to seeing, which is check down king to the almighty leading receiver Ezekiel Elliott. So I'm glad he was able to find a different way around keeping that game competitive. It was a different Vitamin that I seen, but I definitely think the label of executor is appropriate. Maybe, hopefully by the end of the season, he can upgrade to that surgeon. But he my division mate, so we got to keep it spicy a little bit.
Okay.
Keep him in the executor box. We'll see if he upgrades to surgeon.
Okay. So y'all heard it. Vitamin, you are labeled the executor of the NFC East. Moving on next, we got Bino, the Philadelphia Eagles owner, and we came up with your game style fit the category of find a way. Now, Bino, I'm gonna come straight to you on this one. Okay, do you feel like the way that you have been playing season after season up until this point, that this is the proper category to place you and your Philadelphia Eagles in?
I think so, man, because sometimes I'll find a way to win, sometimes I'll find a way to lose. right? I mean, let's play the stage.
H-Boy, the NFC East. got that new.
You know what I mean?
We listen to
Right.
listener.
Exactly. I gotta knock that title out too. But yeah, I mean, in most games, it'll look like I'm out of the game, but to me, I ain't out of it until the fourth quarter start. So typically, most of the time I'll find a way to keep it competitive. So yeah, I think this is appropriate. I definitely got to do a little bit better with my game planning. Oftentimes, since I got this new playbook, I have been a coach suggestion king, trying to learn the Seahawks playbook. But once I get my grips on it, I think we'll find a way to get in them playoffs. I'm gonna say that. So I think this is an accurate label.
All right, now with him stating getting away in the playoffs, he definitely got to run through first those New York Giants. So Bruce, come on. What do you feel about being labeled as find a way?
Man, yeah, and more importantly, I think he hit the nail on the head. It's more like find a way to lose. Bino, what happened against you against Taz last night, bro?
Listen, man, did y'all watch that game? He had 3 fumble returns for touchdowns, bro.
Find a way.
Right, exactly. Like,
hold up, Bino. This is my question to you. This might be a little. No, we stand on topic. So if y'all know, Taz mentioned something in the group me, saying giving props to the guy I had on my practice squad. And he out here being a special team guru. Was he the one? Was he one of the ones that called you to fumble?
yes, two fumble returns. So all 3 fumbles was on special teams. 2 of them was kickoff and 1 was punt return.
So the Bears made a mistake putting him on the practice squad. Okay, I appreciate it.
Dang. Even the practice, oh my God! Even the practice squad plays out there in Chicago just want to rip people's heads off. God damn, that shit is ridiculous, man.
Crazy.
Go ahead, Bruce, you listen.
Yeah. Well, I just want to piggyback off and find a way. Now, I played Bino a lot. Bino has been on the losing side more than the winning side against me, unfortunately for him, fortunately for me. But when we go back to find a way, it ain't just fumbling the ball. Bino, man, let me give you some free chicken right here, as OG used to say. So check this out, bro. Against Taz, bro, you ain't have 10 rushing attempts. You got Miles Sanders who can run that thing. Come on, man. What's going on? You ain't winning no games like that. But no, like on the real tip though, like Bino's a very talented guy. He does find a way to win a lot of games, but again, he finds a lot of ways to lose. Finds ways to lose games. If Bino would kind of slow down just a little bit and not do fake punts and not do fake field goals and not do going for it when he don't need to. I mean, he is the NFC East HBO. That's his cousin. I mean, that is the truth. But if he could eliminate just a little bit out of that as gameplay, he'd be a consistent 12-win team. But he finds a way to take himself out of games. I don't know if it's panic. I don't know what it is. But I know I see it 2 to 3 times a year. But Bino, don't take any of my advice. Please keep doing the same thing.
Look, I'm about to say, in closing, ignore everything you just said. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Keep doing what you're doing, bro. My God, please do.
Disregard, please. Disregard.
All right, well, Matic, the bus. I got anything to chime in on Bino coming in with Find a Way?
Look, man.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, man.
No, I wasn't going to say nothing. Go ahead.
H-Bino's the boy, man, but you just need to find a way to do less talking like your AFC counterpart. You be talking and putting yourself into losing streaks. I think the problem is quarterback. That's what I think. You throw more interceptions pretty much every year than Tubbs, but you got to find a way to get past that beast that is the Packers in that NFC anyway. But we'll continue.
Facts. I'm a just chime in right here, and I like what Bruce said. Sometimes you do too much. I put my foot in my mouth by doing that in the Super Bowl. And sometimes you just gotta play smart. Just play smart. You don't gotta come out and, like Bruce said, okay, I'm gonna try to get creative and run a fake punt. No, just play smart, because sometimes what happens is you kill your own momentum. Like, damn, did I really, like, you be sitting there and it be lingering in your head, like, did I really just do that dumb shit? Like, did I really just run a fake field goal when I could have just put myself up by 10? And that kind of comes back to bite you in some games. Like, me and you played early this cycle, and I was balling, and you was balling, and I had the momentum, and then you just did a wild play. You just threw the ball up the wide receiver Devin Smith, and he caught it, like, and then threw my cornerback to the ground. I was just like, what the fuck? Did this dude really just do that? And it just killed all momentum. Like, I'm pretty sure we all can agree to that. When in some games when you just locked in, you tuned in, and then something just happened, and it just be like, you be driving on a good drive, and then it just come back and it just linger in your head again, like, damn, did that really just happen early in the game? And boom, a turnover, or boom, you do some more dumb shit. So I think, Bino, in your case, you just need to just take your foot off the gas pedal a little bit, man. You don't need to be out here like all them drivers that's driving around in Hondas and they think they in SRT8s and Hubcats. And just stay in your lane. Just stay in your lane. Just take what they giving you, and just, I'm pretty sure that, like Bruce said, this Eagles team will elevate to a different level and definitely be out there compete within the NFC, East and also the NFC conference. But moving on, next we got the Giants. Bruce and your Giants, you come in with the fit in the category as a freestyler. Now I'm gonna just go right in on this. I'm gonna dive right in, diving in the deep end on this one. I feel like this definitely fits Bruce. I've been playing against Bruce, fucking back-to-back cycles. Who's in the same division. It seems like every time in the NFC playoffs we run right into each other. So I feel like this definitely fits him on both sides of the ball, defensively and offensively. This is a guy that's gonna come out. He's gonna hit you with RPOs, play actions. If they had a play in the playbook, whereas though, like in the NFL, where they toss the ball to the wide receiver and the wide receiver could throw the ball to the quarterback, Bruce will figure out somehow, some way, how to fit that into his game scheme. And that's nothing. I feel like that's the most dangerous person to play against, because you never know what you're gonna get. After playing a guy every single cycle after cycle, and then he just tends to just switch it up and have you on edge every single game, man. So I definitely feel like that fits Bruce. But who wants to take a chop at it? Who? It don't matter.
I don't want to take a chop, man. I definitely think freestyler applies for Bruce.
Okay.
And more specifically on the defensive end than the offensive end, because you know what you're gonna get on the offensive end. He got that speed, he got his running back little, he's got a good offensive line. You know what you're gonna get for the most part. The question is, can you stop him? But on the defensive end, Bruce is one of the only users that I've played against constantly that uses the green dog. And if for those users who don't know what the green dog is that slot / linebacker that's outside, right? There's not many people that use the linebacker on the outside. Most people use the linebacker on the inside or the safety, sometimes, on the line. But Bruce will literally use her all around the field. So you never really know what you're going to get. And it could be a called zone or a called man play where there's no blitz. And you're reading your safeties off the snap. Next thing you know, here come that green dog, unblocked, sack, fumble. Like, this freestyler applies to Bruce accurately, I think. More on the defensive end than the offensive.
Okay. I couldn't agree with you even more, man. So Bruce, what's going on? Let the people know how do you feel with all that being said by me and, of course, Bino, but us leaving with you fall in the category of freestyler.
Man, in my opinion, man, I think it kind of fits me pretty perfect, more so than any of the other ones. I'd like to think that I come in with a game plan. Sometimes it just don't work. I know we haven't been able to get over that mountain of the Packers, or I haven't been able to beat Bus this year either. But I think Bino kind of hit it on the head. That's exactly what I like to do. Defensively, I like to give different looks and switch it up in different places. If we could just cut down on the turnovers a little bit at times, and on offense, I think we'd be a little bit better. We'd be all right. But yeah, I think you hit it right on the head.
All right, KP, I'm coming to you because I believe y'all played week 1, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So after playing him week 1, what's your thoughts on Bruce coming in that play style fit and freestyler?
I think it's a category that really fits Bruce, man. He comes in with a game plan, but he also makes great adjustments. And I'm gonna give out a little bit of chicken on my man Bruce.
Hold on, let me get my notepad ready. There's a lot of chicken on this show.
I'm gonna give out a little chicken on my man Bruce, but the one thing that I like about Bruce, and he kind of keeps you on your toes when he plays with that nickel back. And hey, Bruce, you got to tell me. I don't know what you call it, but I don't know if you call it the roundabout or what. But sometimes he plays coverage, sometimes he runs around the whole offensive line and running backs and get to the quarterback. Mm-hmm. So that's something that I kind of like about Bruce, man. But you never know when it's coming.
Big facts.
You never know when it's coming. So I think he's a freestyler and he makes great adjustments during the game, man. So big ups to my man Bruce.
All right, Omatic, what do you feel about Bruce coming in as a freestyler?
I think it's accurate. You can't go into a game with Bruce and, okay, he's going to do this no matter what. He's going to do this no matter what, because he's going to adjust on both sides of the ball. I've never been able to say, okay, I got to stop this one player, because he spreads the ball out pretty evenly. And then, like y'all have been saying on defense, he's going to change it up and make you do something that you're probably uncomfortable doing.
Okay. And next up, with all that being said, next up we got under 2 rated coming in with the Washington Commanders. And under 2 rated fits the category after being voted in as Mr. Ground and Pound himself. I feel like this is self-explanatory. When you going up against the Washington Commanders, first up, buckle your chin strap, because they're going to knock your fucking helmet off if it ain't strapped up. But I feel like he comes out and he's going to ground and pound you and lean on his defense to, of course, make plays, but he's going to wear and tear your defense, and then, of course, sprinkling some play action. But I feel like ground and pound fits him perfectly, because that's what he does. Ground and pound, lean on his defense, and causes turnovers. But, Omatic, you played against under a couple times this cycle. What's your thoughts on him coming in as being labeled ground and pound?
Yeah, and then I was in the division with him all last cycle. You hit it right on the head. What he wants to do is play, amazing defense, pound that rock, and only throw it when he has to. So he is the definition of ground and pound. I know he's throwing it a little bit more since he picked up Dak. But he's going to run that ball. You know what you're going to get. You know it's going to be a low-scoring game. His running back's going to have at least 25 carries. It's old-school football, and that's what under's about.
All right, I'm going to come to one of y'all as far as the division meet. I'm going to come to you being on this. Knowing that, of course, you played against this guy numbers of times, which is division meet. Do you feel like this? What's the percentage you feel like, and how accurate this is as far as under?
I give it about 75%. Because like Omatic said, he's a really good user in the run game, right? He knows his gaps, really, you can tell, and he'll lull you to sleep. And then as soon as you fall asleep playing too many men in the box, there's Terry McLaurin for a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's about 75% accurate of all the 12 different categories. I think it's the most fitting. So yeah, I would say this fits in pretty well. I do think he can switch things up though. And if needed, like if he's down 21, he knows how to go to his go-to plays and, score points quickly. He just doesn't. And I think that's him kind of protecting the ball a little bit that I need to adopt, to be honest. So yeah, I think it fits him pretty well.
All right, man, that's the breakdown of the NFC East. Now we're going to switch gears and go over to the AFC side. Now we're about to break down the AFC East. Okay, and we got 2 of the top 10 users in the DML hosting that, and then the other guys. All right, but let's dive right into it. We're going to jump right in, and we're going to talk about tight work in those Miami Dolphins, and his play style fell into the category of executor. All right, so I'm gonna come to you, KP, because you have been playing man with tight for some while. Do you feel like this, out of all these categories, do you feel like personally this is the best play style label we could get tight work in those Dolphins?
Man, I don't know. I mean, I think tight executes, but if I had to choose one for myself, I think I might go with freestyler, man.
Okay.
And I'm saying this because just watching him play, he'll just do stuff throughout the game that may not be necessarily what he needs to do. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll come out, he'll pass, he'll run when he should be passing, things of that sort. But I just consider him but it could be a combination of both. And freestyler, but if I had to put one over the other, it would probably be freestyler. He does make great adjustments during the game. He knows his X's and O's, but I think when it comes out to him having a player that he's trying to develop or he likes, he's gonna try to do anything to give him the ball. So that's just me.
All right, I'm coming to you next, Bruce. What's your thoughts on Tyreek coming in as executor?
Man, I think my boy Tight Man is kind of like a Prius, bro. I think he's a hybrid, bro, between freestyler, executor, and anti-meta. Because with Tight Man, I feel like he adjusts per game. I think he does a good job of looking at his opponent, saying, "Hey, this is what my team is going to be strong against this guy. This is what my team is going to be weak against my guy." And I also agree with Bus. Like sometimes, as we all do, you might get a rookie or something, and you want to give him a little more touches than maybe you should have. But that's part of the game, trying to build him up. But that's one thing I've always really respected about Tight is usually when I play against him, I'm really on my toes, and a lot of times he's not really running the meta. So like he's not running that PA boot and stuff. Like he'll throw it in there, but that's not his go-to. He'll have something like at the beginning of the year, he had this RPO play that I think had the tight end on the wheel. And then like he was the first one I know that was running that. Then I saw other dudes doing it. But he seems to me he's one of the more creative guys in our league. So I feel like Tight is one of those special guys. He's a hybrid where he's a good blend of a couple different game styles.
Yeah, I just add in. I played against Tight twice so far this cycle, and Executor I do feel like is tipping in that direction. Because like everybody done heard me say it multiple times on multiple shows. You gotta stop the ground and pound. You gotta stop the ground and pound in order to be Tight. It feel like now he because I don't feel like he's been a primary passer. He's always been run the ball and fucking crazy ass defense always. But I feel like now he's executing on a passing attack, but he knows when to bring it in and when to just ground and pound it. So I feel like that right there unleveled the playing field when you go up against the Dolphins. He got speed, crackhead speed with those wide receivers. So I feel like he's definitely an executor. Because like I just said, he knows when to throw that passing attack in there to throw you off of your complete defensive game plan, and he knows when to just sit back and just say, you know what, I'm going to sit here and I'm just going to just hammer this rock right down their throat, man. So that I feel like it definitely fits him. But great breakdown by you and the Bus, because he could go either way, man. He could go either way. That's why he's labeled one of those top 10 guys of the DML. Moving on next, man, we got Jay Beasley, the owner of the Buffalo Bills, and his play style after seeing him play, I believe, he's been in the league for 3 cycles now. Anti-meta. So I'm gonna come to you, Bino. What's your thoughts on Jay Beasley and these Bills? Do you feel like this fits his play style?
Honestly, yeah, I think so. I mean, the few times that I did play him, I really did not know what to expect. And when you have a roster that's built like he has it, you still really don't know what to expect. To me, he's a true wild card, right? He came into the league initially, he was making noise, and I think now he's probably back to reality a little bit. But that's still not saying that he can't beat any given opponent on any given week. And it's really hard, honestly, to categorize him outside of anti-meta, right? Because for me personally, there's not much that we know about his play style. I think he was playing with the team that he inherited, but I don't think we got to see the true Jay Beasley yet. So I think this is appropriate out of all 12 categories. I think this is very appropriate for him. And honestly, it's a benefit for him. It's an advantage for him because nobody really knows how he's going to play outside of his division.
Yo, did anybody, just sidebar, did anybody happen to ever tune into one of Jay Beasley streams?
Yes.
Yo,
oh, man. All the time.
Listen, pure entertainment. Listen.
Yeah. The whole time.
Like, then he'd be like, I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, just, but it's pure. Listen, I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't tune into a lot of guys' streams. But when I see Jay Beasley throw his stream up, I tune in because he just be so in tune to the game, man. Like, I'm like, what the hell? He just make up a different language from that? Hold on. Like, but it's just be, it'd be pure entertainment, man. But Omatic, what's your thoughts on Jay Beasley coming in as an anti-meta?
I think it's dead accurate. Like you said, I haven't played him personally yet, but I do watch his streams, strictly for the entertainment value. but he'd be doing something different every game, and he's kind of had to adjust coming in the league a little later. He didn't get to pick his team necessarily, pick his players, so he's kind of had to adjust. So I think it's pretty accurate.
Okay. Moving on next, then we got Squire and those New York Jets coming in, and his play style fit coach suggestion. Now I'm just gonna ask everybody this one: is this, if we had to, let's say, make a top 12, from the best suggestion to the worst, do you feel like coach suggestion is like one of the labels that you like? No, I don't want that. Out of all the labels you could put me under, please do not put me under coach suggestion. That's basically you just coming out with no thought, no nothing. Like, okay, defense in cover 3. Well, I don't know what the defense is, but I'm gonna still run outside toss because the coach is telling me to do it. Do y'all feel like this is the worst label to have when it comes to play style?
I don't.
Nah.
Okay.
Nah, not either.
So who want to take a crack at it? That's state your claim.
I'm gonna speak on coach suggestions, then I'm gonna give you what I think is the worst out of all these 12.
Okay.
Now, coach suggestion, man. If you are, I think Bino might have said this earlier. If you are running a new playbook, I see no issues with coach suggestion. Because it's going to kind of lead you to where things are that you might be like, oh, okay, I know where it's at. Let me just, it's going to give you different plays, because if you run a new playbook, you're still going to tend to run plays that you're comfortable with, and you may miss out on what that playbook is giving you. Now, once you don't learn the playbook and you still doing coaching suggestions, then now you got a problem.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But to me, the worst category that you could be put under is scum artist. That's just, like,
yeah, I was about to say, look, it says itself, scum artist.
Yeah, you just scum of the earth, you scum of the mad, you scum of your family. Like,
Yeah.
like, man, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, man. And we had some people like that.
Oh yeah, shit, doing 101 hot routes to just get one route. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Cornerback just, I thought he supposed to be going deep. Why the fuck he just?
Shit, we still got some people like that in here.
Shit. All right, look. When we get to these other divisions,
Yeah.
whew,
We'll say.
believe me. But
Alligator soup.
like, put it on, man. Y'all might gotta go back to the teller and tell him to get a little thicker, like, not that one layer. You might need a couple, like 10 to 20, but
Yeah.
we gonna say that. We gonna say the meat of that for later. But I'm gonna come to you, Bruce, cause it seems like y'all had some type of relationship in the chat. Y'all chopping it up. Do you feel like coach suggestion is the best category for the Jets?
Yeah, because he's kind of, he doesn't really fit in anything else. And I know he's been super busy with a new job and moving, across country to a different state. So yeah, I think coach suggestion is fine for him, but I think that you're only going to be so good if you're labeled under number 8, right? Because in order to be good in our league, I feel like you got to do some digging in your playbook, and you got to be able to adjust. And you're just in coach suggestion, whether that's offense or defense. Like Buzz said, it's good if you learn a new book, but you got to have that. You got to be able to know your book and be able to know football a little bit to be able to counter some of these things. I mean, I know it's Madden, but it does relate to football a little bit. Now, that answers that first question here. The worst one, I think it's a tie between scum artist and copycat. Because, come on, man, like, if you're just going on YouTube or you going on Twitch and you watching these dudes like Skimbo or, I don't know, hell, any of them YouTube cats that be making the mud stuff, then, man, that's trash, bro. Like, come on, man, have some originality. We spend way too much time on this game and locked in to be playing for you to spend even more time just to watch somebody else play like that. Like, come on, man, like, have some originality about your gameplay. But yeah, that's just my opinion on that.
Yeah, I actually got a chance to play the Justice Cycle, and I feel like coach suggestion to me is like a wild card, because I feel as though that it's just like it's like you going into a bed blind, like you don't know.
Yeah.
It's just like shit. So that makes the user that you're playing against, you really can't build no film, because it's like you can't try to predict the tendencies of your opponent, because he's going to coach suggestion. So I feel like when I played against the Jets, I think he might have beat. No, he didn't beat me. I actually pulled that one out, but it had me like I didn't know what to do. Like I literally was praying like, listen, defense playing shitty, they can't stop the ball. My offense has to win me this game because I didn't know how to game plan against his offense. So I feel like coach suggestion is definitely one of those wild card things, that you can sprinkle in a little bit, but eventually, like Bus said, you gotta learn that playbook. Because it actually helped me out with some certain little plays to add into my play calling. Now, as far as the worst, I feel like, man, number 9. Like, if you a grown ass man, for one, because we all are grown adults in the DML. If you're a grown ass man and you're going on YouTube to literally go, okay, shit, I can't beat these motherfuckers. Let me go on YouTube real fast. And you're really studying YouTube. Like you studying for an exam or something. That's bad, man. That's when you need to sit back, get some counseling, talk to the wife or talk to your girlfriend, and just put that control up, because that's when I say my famous quote, it ain't that deep, bro. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. But moving on, man. Next we got some of the people calling him the developer. We had to save him for last. He's tied in with EA. I labeled him the best passer in the DML. We got Sweets coming with those New England Patriots, and I feel like it was no better category that could fit his play style, and we all agreed on it. And Surgeon. Now I'ma just take a chip at it first. Playing against this dude, man. What the fuck? Offensive wise, man. Listen, man. When I tell you frustrating, like, I don't even know. Like, this motherfucker will get an old lineman involved if he could. Like, he literally comes out when he has his offense clicking, and you better pray that it never gets clicking when you're playing against him. He gets everybody involved, dog. Countless seasons with multiple receivers going over 1,000 yards. A tight end that he literally switched up the people. Made one. Oh, gee, what the fuck you talking about? He literally made dudes want to invest in tight ends. Tight ends that can get down the field, and tight ends that can add other than blocking to your offense. I'm just saying, because I never heard nobody in a Denver Broncos user, after when Sweets took over those Broncos, want a guy like a Noah Fant. A guy like motherfuckers DMing certain users for tight ends that's a 69 overall, which I have done. Oh man, you could quote me on that. Yo, bro, listen, that tight end that you ain't using, I send you a first. Like, because it just, watching him play and utilize all of his weapons just make you like, oh shit, I need to add that to my repertoire. So I'm gonna let y'all come in, man. Who willing to step up next and talk about the developer, aka all his other nicknames, alias Sweets? Nah, man.
Hey, man, I think the category fits, bro. Like y'all said, man, we've been playing with 9-9 for a long time, bro. And when it comes to offense, bro, this dude will just pick you apart. I mean, he's like a surgeon. You know what I'm saying? But he's not playing. He's a surgeon, but everybody else playing that game operator. We keep hitting the side like,
Yo,
that ain't Sweets. He ain't hitting nothing, player. You know what I'm saying? But getting that ball to his player, and the thing that I admire about Sweets' game is this: he plays almost like he has a real football mentality. His mentality is not, oh, I got to score a 50, 60-yard touchdown. He is moving the chains.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Third down, man. He's getting the first down. He's not trying to get the big play. If it's there, he's gonna take it. If it's not, he's gonna take what you give him.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me. Offensively, I think he's probably one of the best guys in the league when it comes to, dotting your team up and knowing his team in and out. Like if you think about, if you hear him in the PC talking, he's always talking, man, I don't know how this guy gonna work, blah 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 blah. And he doesn't always have to have the fast guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And he's known for having like 3 receivers with 1,000 yards. So it fits, man. Hey, if I need surgery, Hey, hey man, I'm gonna need I don't need that bill that come with it, but
I'm about to say that keep that bill to yourself.
Keep that bill to yourself. Yeah, man. That's how I think about it, man.
All right, Bruce, you share some time. Bino, I see you lit up. Go ahead, Bino.
Yeah, I had to concur, man. I played Sweets in the preseason, right? In the party chat, I was getting a little slack because Sweets was whooping my ass badly.
Damn it! In preseason?
Oh,
yeah.
Shit. Yeah, pause that. So you whooping your ass in a party chat? Bino, I don't know what's going on. We talking about we talking about football, Bino. We talking about football. Like the guy that showed up to the fantasy night, the in the costume. I think I got my fantasy nights mixed up.
Nah, but for real though, it's not many users who could take a 71 overall quarterback and then turn him into a 94 overall X factor within 4 seasons. That's what Sweets 99 does, and it's his second cycle doing that. He did that last time with Drew Lock, I think it was.
Yeah, Drew Lock.
Like, come on, man. Like, he's definitely a surgeon. He's not missing a read. He's making 1, 2, 3 reads, and if not, he's throwing it away, checking it down. Defensively, he's making all the right plays regardless of who he's using. It looks like he's playing the computer out there, most times. So, yeah, I have to agree, man. Sweets is definitely a surgeon. I'm trying to become the second best passer, so I got to watch some Sweets film. Not necessarily be a copycat, but just adopt some of them methodologies and when he be checking it down and not doing too much like Bino likes to do. But yeah, Sweets definitely a surgeon.
So we have given Bino a new category, copycat.
You heard it here first. From the source.
All right, Bruce, I'm coming to you, man, because you actually shared, some time with playing with Sweets in other leagues and having, seeing his game develop. What's your thoughts on him being labeled a surgeon?
Oh man, Sweets is the big homie, man. Shoot, since my days of back in like 2015, like he was in one of the first leagues. Him and KP and Type was all in those leagues, and he's been a surgeon since then. His gameplay on the offensive side of the ball, kind of like everybody said, is elite. He will just pick you apart. And hey, I'm gonna give Sweets another name. Some people know it too. I don't know if you knew, OG, but he has a son in his league too, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Son is HBO and he's 2-0, man. So what other user can you say is a surgeon, a doctor? Got his child in here undefeated. Come on, man. Put some respect on this man's name. Top five.
That's big facts right there. I watched HBO play last night, man. He's like, I told you I'm the best. I said, oh shit. I had to turn it down a little bit. My girl rolled over like, what did you watch? Like, no, it's the DML. It's the DML. But just a little sidebar. I watched Sweets play one time, right? He was whooping somebody's ass in the league. And he missed the pass, right? Yeah, big pause on that. My fault. Apologize. You got me back. But he was doing this thing, all right, and he made a play. This was fucked my head right here. He up by probably like 17. He made a play and was still upset. Like, fuck, damn, about time. Like it was just like an outburst. I'm like, dog, the fuck? That was a crazy read. He was in the pocket for like fucking 7 seconds. You done made like goddamn 10 different reads. I would have been panicked or did something stupid, but that just shows you right there the level of surgery. So Matic, you closing, man. What you got to chime about Mr. Sweets, man?
Hey man, kind of piggybacking off that. I've been playing with Sweets No Homo since he used to have Sweets meltdowns. You know what I'm saying? This is back in like 2010. Calm down. He definitely is a surgeon. I've seen this dude eating Wingstop with one hand, whooping up on somebody with another hand, not even getting ran. All right, so he's definitely a surgeon. He does whatever the hell he wants to do out there. But being a dev has its perks. He knows what to do. But definitely a surgeon.
All right, man. That was the breakdown of the AFC East. Please, number one was a pearly. Appreciate everybody hopping on, man. Definitely was a good time chopping it up about these play styles and the users that fit the category. But for everyone that's listening, we still got some other divisions to break down, so stay tuned, because we definitely gonna be dropping more shows breaking down the remaining divisions. But for y'all guys that haven't been brought up yet, I'm telling y'all, man, I might want to call up the teller just in case, call up the teller and tell them, yo, listen, man, I know I put that order in for that croc suit. I had one layer. I think I need to add a couple more layers because that fire is definitely coming. Anybody got anything to say before we close out?
Hey, tell them scum artists, hey, just like you said, be ready. Be ready, because we're going to talk about your ass.
We coming for your ass.
We calling your name out. We gonna keep it real. We don't care who you run to. What's that song? Who can you run to? You run to me, because I'm gonna bring you back.
Who can I run to?
All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all jumping on, man. I'm your host, OG Chris Murray, y'all. We out.